What is going on, guys? Johnny on the track back here with another video. It is that time of the week. Had a nice week off with the Cup Series last week, but we are back in Nashville. First race on NBC at Nashville Super Speedway, excuse me, for the Ally 400. Should be a great crowd. Should be a great race. I was actually just in Nashville 2 times the past 3 months. Love it. One of my favorite cities. Super fun. So I know that NBC's got a good one for their first race. And like I said, that crowd is going to bring it. I assume a lot of people will be traveling. I expect, a near sellout. If not, I don't think we've seen a reported sellout, but it should be a great crowd. A lot of people there. Assume a lot of people in the infield. Like I said, people traveling, taking a vacation, Nashville, watching the race. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So again, Nashville Super Speedway for the Ally 400. Nashville's an interesting track. It's actually shaped like a super speedway, but it's only a 1 1/3 mile. So if we go back to last year, Kyle Larson won stage 2 and won the race, finished second in the first stage. So really had a dominating day. Eric Almirola started on the pole. Kyle Busch started second. Great runs by Stenhouse, Chastain, Suarez. Chastain actually finished second last year. Where does Stenhouse finish? Stenhouse finished sixth. Suarez seventh. Good runs by Ryan Newman. He finished 13th. Corey LaJoie 15th. Anthony Alfredo finished in the top 20 last year. So a very different and interesting race for Nashville last year. Obviously, that was the first time Nashville was back on the Cup Series circuit. So that may have played into, this race having a lot of parity, even for the last gen car. So in terms of what I'm thinking for this week, I think I have a good understanding. Obviously the next gen car has been up and down. It's been absolutely crazy. Different guys running up front all week. Every week. Look, the way you got to look at it is you got to look at the history and you got to look at the races thus far. So with that, I think I have a good understanding. So let's get right into it. The first guy that I think we should really look at, possibly to win, but more just to have a really good day, a top 10, maybe top 5, and that's Ricky Stenhouse. So earlier this year, he finished second at Dover to Chase Elliott, had a great run, similar package. And last year, he finished top 10 here. So, Ricky he had a really good streak of runs. I think 4 top 10s in a matter of 5 races. He's cooled down as of the last few races, but I think this is a track where he can gain that momentum back, and I think he could definitely have a good day, top 10, top 5. So look for Ricky to break out of that slump with a good run here. The next guy I'm going to look at is Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch had finished top 5 last year. He actually won the first stage at this race last year, had a really fast car. And then the two, you could say similar tracks, I guess, just in terms of configuration and packaging. Dover and Phoenix, he had good runs at both those tracks. Kurt Busch, the issue this year hasn't been speed. It's more just been luck. He's got lucky in a lot of races and then unlucky in other races, whereas his teammate Bubba Wallace has just been unlucky in just about every race. But Kurt Busch has had speed. I expect Kurt Busch to have a good run, top 10, top 5, maybe even top 3. I think those are great bets to put on. And I even think Kurt Busch could win this thing for his second win of the season. So Ricky Stenhouse so far and Kurt Busch will take it to number 3. I'm going to go with the Kyles here, Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, he's won here a lot in the past, had a really good run here last year, and also started on the front row last year in qualifying. This was only one of the only tracks that they qualified at last year, and Kyle Busch started up front. Like I said, Larson dominated. The iffy part about Larson this week, why I'm on the fence, is his crew chief, Cliff Daniels, he's away for 4 weeks. He's going to be out for a month because of the tire falling off at Sonoma. So, in terms of that, do you want to fade Larson? Maybe. But I mean, the way he ran this track last year, he was just incredible. And he's coming off although he didn't have a great finish at Sonoma, if we actually look at the race, Kyle Larson dominated for, a good amount of that race at Sonoma. So speed hasn't been the issue. Again, it's been the luck factor. He's just been unlucky, but he's had a really consistent season. So I look for Larson to have a great day this weekend at Nashville. Even without his crew chief, I think he still will have a great day. So both Larson and Busch, I'm looking at the Kyle. So Stenhouse, Kurt Busch, and the two Kyles so far. I'm going to add Eric Almirola to that mix. He started on the pole here last year, had a great qualifying effort, and finished fourth here last year. And Almirola, he's the only driver this season with no DNFs. If you remember last year, he won at New Hampshire, similar track, similar package. This is where Almirola shines. He shines at these 1 mile tracks and super speedways. That's where Eric Almirola is best. He's going to a track where he feels comfortable, had a good points day at Sonoma. I think he can build momentum and have a great day at a track where he's, very favorable at. So look for Eric Almirola to possibly steal the upset win this weekend. Then I'm going to go to Trackhouse Racing. Trackhouse Racing is coming off the race of their life. Ross Chastain actually performed pretty well last weekend or 2 weekends ago now. And of course, Daniel Suarez got his first career win. Both these Trackhouse guys had crazy good runs last year. Ross Chastain finished second. Daniel Suarez finished seventh. Both qualified well here last year. So Trackhouse coming off a great race. They can build this momentum for a very favorable track. Chastain has been good all season, and now he goes to a track that he had a lot of success at last year. So look for Trackhouse to have an amazing day. I think both their cars are capable of winning this thing and taking home the checkered. I'm going to take it to my last bet. And honestly, this is the bet which is crazy, but I just feel so comfortable about this bet. I have a feeling, ladies and gentlemen, that Kevin Harvick is going to break his winless streak this weekend. Would I put Kevin Harvick as my number one? I think maybe, which is crazy to say. Yes, Trackhouse, Larson, Busch, Kurt Busch, all, big tier names that I think can definitely take this thing. But man, something tells me that Kevin Harvick, coming off his best week, if not for that mistake at Sonoma, he might have won that race. And I mean that. He might have won that race. He might have challenged Suarez to win that thing. So he's coming off his best race. He finished fifth here last year. He actually, if you remember early on, Kevin Harvick finished second at Richmond to Denny Hamlin, a similar package. So I would not count Kevin Harvick out of these playoffs. I would not count him out of the championship race. Kevin Harvick is a clutch driver. And I think this weekend he can get it done. I think his odds are going to be pretty astronomical, probably at least plus 2,000. And I genuinely think that he can win this thing. So I would pound Harvick top 3, top 5, top 10, and for the win. He is the guy that I actually feel most comfortable about having a good solid run. Even if he doesn't win, I think he's going to have a really good solid run, have a good points day. And man, I think he can steal this thing. Look, is it, it's possible. That's all I'll say. It's possible. And I think this could change the course of his season and really his career at this point, if he could get a win here and lock himself into the playoffs. So those are the best bets and drivers to watch for this weekend at the Ally 400 in Nashville, Tennessee. We'll go over one more time: Stenhouse, Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola, Trackhouse, and Kevin Harvick. 7, I guess, total bets, 8 total drivers. So, those are the guys you want to watch for. Do what you want with those bets, but the one I think you can really hit on is Kevin Harvick. Look for him to have a good race. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. I always love to hear what you guys have to say and interact with you guys. So please let me know in the comments. Give us a like and subscribe for more content. And like I said, we should be in for a great race this Sunday at Nashville with a great crowd. So thanks for watching, guys.